Welcome to the Nordic Venture Show, your speed date with the coolest ventures, brightest founders, and exciting things happening in the Nordics. In this episode, our venture date is with Enter Espoo, Sustainable Growth and Innovation Ecosystem.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Ever wonder where some of the really cutting-edge innovations in deep tech and sustainability are bubbling up? Today, we're taking a fascinating look at Espoo in Finland. It's a city that, well, it consistently punches above its weight in global innovation.
It really does.
And we're going to unpack what makes it such a hotbed, drawing on some recent research.
That's right. And when you actually look at the numbers, Espoo's performance is, well, pretty remarkable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just a vibe. Research puts it right up there as a top city in Europe for the sheer volume of applied patents.
Applied patents, okay. So real-world stuff.
Exactly. Tangible applications. That's according to the Global Innovation Index for both 2022 and 2023.
So consistent, then.
Very. And it's not like a one-off thing. They've been a finalist for the EU Capital of Innovation again and again.
Right, the iCapital Award.
Yeah, that's the one. 2019, 2020, 2022, and just again in 2024. That kind of track record, it really says something.
And here's a twist you might find interesting. Alongside all this high-tech focus, Espoo consistently ranks as the city of happiness.
In the happiest country, right? Finland overall.
Exactly. According to the UN World Happiness Report, that's been the case from 2018 right up to 2025. It makes you wonder if there's a connection, doesn't it? Maybe a thriving, supportive place helps fuel that innovation.
It's a really compelling thought. You can definitely see Espoo as this vibrant epicenter for Finnish innovation.
Location helps too, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. It's strategically positioned sort of between the established Western markets and opportunities further east. Plus, it's a key part of the Helsinki metropolitan area.
Right. So it's connected.
Very much so. That location isn't just about geography. It's about the flow of ideas, talent, investment, all of it.
And within Espoo itself, it isn't just one big area, is it? Research points to these distinct innovation hubs, like Otaniemi.
Otaniemi is, you could say it's the nucleus for a lot of this. It's where you find VTT, the Technical Research Center of Finland.
A major player.
Huge, a real powerhouse in applied research. And also Kivantanova, which is focused on the future. We'll probably talk more about that.
Okay.
And of course, Aalto University is there, linking technology, business, art, design.
Unique mix.
It is. Then you also have the Kilaniemi Business District nearby. That's where many big corporate players are concentrated.
So it seems like putting these different elements close together is part of the plan.
It seems very deliberate and highly effective, judging by the outcomes. The research into innovation ecosystems often highlights this kind of clustering effect. Proximity matters.
And beyond just the buildings and institutions, the research also talks about a specific kind of culture there, like a secret ingredient.
Absolutely. When you dig into what makes Espoo work, it seems to come down to this culture built on what people often call radical collaboration.
Radical collaboration.
Yeah, and a real sense of shared purpose, plus a deep level of closeness and trust between everyone involved.
So it's more than just working nearby.
Much more. It feels like a genuine commitment to common goals, open communication. That seems key.
Okay, let's dive into some specifics then. Deep tech is obviously huge there, and this defense tech hub keeps coming up. What's the story there?
Well, based on the research, the Defense Tech Hub is a very strategic move. It's really about accelerating innovation, building expertise within Finland's defense sector specifically.
And focusing on what kind of tech?
It's focusing on several sort of key frontiers, things like next-gen communications, 5G, and looking ahead to 6G.
Yeah.
Also critical areas like quantum tech, space tech, cybersecurity, which is always vital, advancements in microelectronics, immersive stuff like XR and VR extended, and virtual reality, and even sophisticated imaging like hyperspectral imaging.
Well, that's quite a range. It sounds really advanced.
It is. It covers a lot of ground where future defense capabilities are likely to develop.
And Espoo seems to be playing a role in some big international defense collaborations, too.
Very much so. A really significant development is the establishment of the NATO Diana Accelerator and Test Center.
Right, in Otaniemi.
Right, in Otaniemi, yes. And it's not just a flag on the map. It's a proper working collaboration involving VTT, Aalto University, and the University of Helsinki.
So that signals Espoo's growing importance in that wider European defense innovation picture.
Precisely. It shows they're becoming a strategic node.
So the Defense Tech Hub is kind of a magnet then, pulling in different types of players.
That's exactly the idea, according to the research. It's designed to foster connections. You've got international defense companies, agile startups working on disruptive tech.
The smaller, quicker ones.
Exactly. Plus, leading researchers, educational institutions, and crucially, investors, all focused on pushing defense deep tech forward.
And the ambition.
The ambition is clearly for Espoo to become a leader in defense tech, certainly within the Nordics.
Interesting. Okay, shifting slightly, but still in deep tech. Espoo's also making waves in quantum computing and semiconductors. What makes it stand out there, based on the research?
Yeah, the data suggests Espoo is rapidly becoming one of Europe's leading quantum technology ecosystems. And this isn't just talk, there's serious infrastructure and activity already happening.
Like what, for example? Give us something concrete.
Okay, well, Espoo is home to Europe's very first 50-qubit superconducting quantum computer.
50 qubits. Okay, that's a serious machine.
It's a major milestone. And on top of that, Finland's other quantum computers, the ones built by VTT and IQM, they're also located in Espoo.
So a real concentration of quantum power.
It's quite unique in Europe, yes.
And I think I read something about a future hub focused specifically on semiconductors. Kivantanova.
Yes, Kivantanova. That's a really exciting prospect. It's planned as a key future semiconductor hub for Europe.
Focusing on quantum tech and microelectronics?
Exactly. And what's important is that it's industry-driven. It's for piloting, for R&D, with strong backing from VTT, the City of Espoo, Aalto University, and the semiconductor industry group itself.
So it's a proper partnership approach.
Very much a collaborative effort to build these critical future capabilities. It's about translating the research into industrial reality.
And Micronova fits into this picture too, right? That's more established.
Exactly. Micronova is already there. It's a vital multi-user facility for semiconductor R&D and piloting. Research highlights it has the largest clean room in the Nordics.
The largest? Wow.
Yeah, providing that essential high-spec infrastructure needed for advanced work in microelectronics.
So it really sounds like Espoo has become the place to be for quantum companies and research institutions.
That's what the research indicates. Many key players in quantum computing and related R&D are headquartered right there.
Like who?
Well, the big institutions like VTT and Aalto, of course, but also innovative companies like IQM Quantum Computers, Semicon, Quantrolox. It's a dense, interconnected ecosystem.
And there's even a little bit of history there connecting back to some early tech breakthroughs.
There is. It's a great little factoid. Apparently, the world's first super refrigerator was made in Otaniemi way back in 1970.
No kidding, 1970.
Yeah. It just gives you a sense of the long lineage of tech innovation in that area.
Fascinating. Okay, so clearly a deep tech powerhouse. But Espoo isn't only about that. It's also heavily invested in sustainability, particularly with this Green Line initiative. What's the core idea there?
The Green Line, again based on research, is positioned as Finland's leading hub for the green transition. The focus is squarely on things like green chemistry, the circular economy, clean technologies.
And it's physically located along the Western Metro line.
That's right. It connects key locations geographically. You've got Kiviruki, which has the Clean Tech Garden, and VTT Bioruki.
Bioruki for bioeconomy.
Exactly. Then Finu with the Erica Green Chemistry Park and the chemical company Kemira. Otaniemi pops up again, naturally, with Aalto, VTT, and startups. And Kilaniemi with the big corporations who are increasingly focused on sustainability.
So it's another example of clustering, but focused on green tech this time. What's the main goal?
The primary aim, according to the research, is to really boost innovation, drive business growth, and build know-how specifically in the clean tech sector.
And collaboration is key again.
Absolutely vital. A big part is fostering cooperation between Finnish players and international partners, bringing everyone together.
Are there specific spots within the Green Line doing particular things?
Yes, for sure. Erica in Finu, for instance, is being developed as a major science and business hub just for green chemistry.
Developing cleaner chemicals and processes.
Precisely. And Kiviruki is set up as a growth platform for companies in the circular economy, reuse, recycling, resource efficiency. These focused areas are crucial.
And like the Defense Hub, collaboration seems baked into the Green Line concept.
It really is. It actively brings together international firms, startups, researchers, universities, investors, anyone involved in green chemistry, circular economy, clean tech. That interconnection is seen as the way to speed things up.
And this Green Line isn't just an isolated project, is it? It connects to wider efforts.
No, it's definitely part of a bigger picture. Research shows it's a key piece of the Uusimaa Circular Valley Initiative, and it lines up with Finland's National Circular Economy Green Deal.
Okay.
Plus, Espoo itself has earned the EU Mission label for its climate commitments, and the city's aiming to hit the UN Sustainable Development Goals by 2025.
That's ambitious. So, okay, we've seen these strong focuses on deep tech and sustainability. What enables all this? What are the underlying components holding up this innovation ecosystem?
Well, there are several really critical enablers. You absolutely have to start with VTT, the Technical Research Center of
A
Finland.
big research institute.
The biggest applied research institution in the Nordics? Yes. Research consistently flags it as a primary engine for Finnish deep tech. And importantly, they have a fantastic track record of actually commercializing that research.
Spin-offs, industry partnerships.
Exactly. Turning science into business.
And Aalto University's role. Seems just as important.
Oh, absolutely crucial. Aalto is Finland's leading university across that really interesting mix of technology, science, business, art, and design.
That mix again.
Yeah. And get this. Over half of all university-linked startups in Finland actually come from Aalto.
Over half. Wow.
Yeah. And their startup center is ranked as one of the top university business accelerators globally, so they're really good at nurturing new ventures.
So that strong academic and research base directly feeds a pretty lively startup scene then. Got any numbers on that?
We do. Research shows Espoo's deep tech startups pulled in significant funding, about $1.54 billion between 2019 and 2023.
That's serious money.
It is. And something else that's quite positive, around 27% of that funding went to startups with female co-founders.
Oh, interesting. Better than many places, I suspect.
It suggests a move towards a more inclusive innovation landscape, which is encouraging.
And we're seeing some of these startups grow into pretty big deals, unicorns and soonicorns.
Exactly. Espoo's got a growing list of soonicorns, those on the fast track to $1 billion valuation and actual unicorns.
Across those key sectors.
Yeah, in space and defense, you see links to NATO Diana, ISE BBIC Finland. In clean tech, success is coming out of VTT Bioruki Erica. And in quantum microelectronics, from Institute Q, Kvantanova, Micronova connections, success stories are emerging.
But it's not just about individual companies, right? There are also these collaborative hubs and clusters that amplify everything.
Definitely. Espoo has a really well-developed network of these, things like the Smart City Innovation Cluster, IoT Forge, Reboot IoT Factory for Internet of Things.
Okay.
Luxturum 5G, which is pioneering smart city infrastructure, the Aalto Industrial Internet Campus.
Yeah.
These create platforms for companies and researchers to connect, share ideas, work together.
Co-innovate, essentially.
Delicacy.
And lastly, there's an organization called Enter Espoo. What role do they play in managing all this?
Enter Espoo is key. They basically act as the facilitator, the connector. They help people access Espoo's innovation ecosystem and its travel side, too.
Like a front door.
Kind of, yeah. They work closely with the city of Espoo and Business Espoo to link businesses, investors, visitors with the right opportunities, the right partners in the region. They make the whole complex system easier to navigate.
Okay, so let's try and pull this all together. Espoo seems like a really compelling example of how to build an innovative city. What are the standout elements for you?
Well, drawing on this deep dive, I think the key strengths really fall into three areas. First, there's that clear strategic focus on deep tech, defense, quantum, semiconductors, really high-impact stuff.
Right.
Second, a very strong, very visible commitment to sustainability, with things like the Green Line as a prime example.
Okay, sustainability.
And underpinning both of those is this deep-rooted culture of collaboration. That connection between top research, a leading university, a dynamic startup scene, and big global companies. That seems fundamental.
And that whole package strategy collaboration is clearly getting noticed globally.
Absolutely. You see it in the rankings, the awards. Espoo's consistent high performance really underlines its ambition and, frankly, its potential to be a major global innovation player going forward.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? When you see this kind of concentration, cutting-edge research, entrepreneurial energy, and a sustainability commitment all intersecting in one place, you have to wonder, how might a model like this influence the future, technology, sustainability, on a bigger scale? What kinds of unexpected opportunities might spin out of an ecosystem that's this dynamic, this forward-looking?
It's definitely food for thought.
It certainly is. Thanks for taking this deep dive with me today.
Thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Music, or your favorite app, and connect with us on LinkedIn for more stories and insights.